MWOWC. Who's our first matchup of the day?
We are starting off with an elimination round between Koma and Eben Keshik. This is going to be pretty intense here. Match 4 on your bracket.
All right, so taking a look at the decks here, Koma bringing dual Kodiak 3s and Orion right off the bat with the Orion. Interesting choice, a Marauder 3R, going a little bit, I would say, unconventional, but these other regions outside of North America have never ceased to amaze us with their interesting mech choices, but it'd be interesting to see what works well for them. Jenner 2C missile variant, but then a Hunchback 2CB, which is the missile variant of the Hunchback. So maybe some brawl coming out of Kodiak,
Yeah,
Koma.
I think so.
On the other side, though, dual Kodiaks, dual Black Widows. We've got some Doc on the field for sure. The missile variants of the Jenner 2Cs, and then a Hunchback 4SP, which screams brawl, and a Stormcrow. We haven't seen too many Stormcrows in use in this tournament.
No, looks like two brawl decks versus each other here. Maybe a little bit more DACA heavy on the Eben Keshik side, but that's an unusual choice. I'm curious to see how this Orion and the Marauder play out.
Ryan seems like it's such a big, stocky mech if they're bringing that into a brawl, but I believe Orions can kind of be built out as like almost like an Atlas brawler. I'm not too familiar myself with the 2C variant, but I guess we'll have to see what they can do. Let's get in there and take a look. Taking a look right off the bat at that Orion's build. 2 Ultra AC-10s, 3 SRM-6s. The Marauder bringing 3 AC-5, 4 medium lasers. We do have 5s and 10s on the Kodiaks, the other one bringing 10s. And in the backfield here, we've got the Hunchback 2CBs with 4 SRM-6s apiece and 2 small pulse lasers. What do they got over on the Eben Keshik side?
Let's take a quick look here.
We might have ourselves a firefight right off the bat. Alpha Lance into Alpha Lance. Heavy DACA, the massive firefight. We see so many ballistics coming through. This Marauder kind of taking a really nasty peek right off the bat. I guess didn't realize so many shots were hailing overhead, but he gets knocked down right off the bat to 67%. That was a really nasty peek. Left shoulder is open. They are swinging over to stage, so they're not staying there and trying to trade.
And their lights for Eben Keshik are going. Those lights better be careful because I don't think they realize the whole team Koma or not.
This might be by design.
Has eyes on them.
So they're about to crash in at stage, but oh man, they're getting chased down. I don't even know if they're being pursued. But the firefight has started yet again just underneath stage near Theta. We have a massive amount of ballistics going back and forth. Nothar in the Kodiak 3 up front got headshot but stayed alive. That actually might have helped him a little bit. Nobody able to seal the deal on that. Now they're focusing in on G7. He goes down. Really good firing line for Eben Keshik. Everything
and the lights
from
are
Koma,
in the fight now. Eben Keshik has a streak Stormcrow that's not reacting to these lights right now.
But good opening firefight for Eben Keshik as Koma started to come over one at a time and get shredded down under the weight of these ballistics. This is just a massive brawl going on right now, but they're starting to get some kills. 2 quick kills, though, for Eben Keshik, and now there's only 3 mechs remaining for Koma.
Eben Keshik is going to win this opening battle here.
Looks like that Street Crow is finally getting some playtime here. He has one shoulder open.
And the Jenner 2C overheated, went down.
Eben Keshik has been playing some very, very strong brawl lately, but that was impressive. That was absolutely impressive. The focus fire. I can't believe that one's over already. What the hell just happened?
What a match.
Holy cow.
Those 2 Kodiaks moved up and were really on top of each other. I thought they were going to do some team damage there. It seems like they were just shoulder to shoulder enough that they could stay away from the majority of the team for Koma and still get fire down on Koma's Kodiaks. That was some nice Kodiak piloting there, and we can see on the damage score 1.21 gigawatts, my favorite name, new favorite name, with 678 damage in that Black Widow, 470 in the other Black Widows. Those definitely were doing their jobs.
I don't know how this guy's got 8 ping. That's crazy. Crazy. Everybody else really high ping on the Oceanic server. Australia definitely. That must be a Singaporean player or something to be able to pull 8 ping to the Oceanic server. But Some of them up to 564. My goodness. Bottom line, though, ping or not, Evan Keshik had a really, really impressive firing arc on that one. Just, Coma seemed to feed its mechs one at a time into that firing line. And that initial exchange into that Marauder was huge. There's just... Evan Keshik had all of their guns to bear and punished anyone who dared to peek up. And not only shot at them, but landed those shots. And it was just really... I didn't even see many of the like North American teams being able to consistently land that many hits. I am just extremely impressed by just how well those ballistics found their home. Let's do a really quick giveaway because these teams are definitely looking at moving pretty quickly here. They're almost ready already. What teams are they keeping the same teams?
They're keeping the same teams here.
All right, well, let's bust out this giveaway super quick. Oops, not ultimate. Not ultimate. Standard. Standard mech pack. Ultimate will be at the end of the stream, but this is for a $20 mech pack, standard mech pack. The winner needs to send a whisper to Bandit P17 with your in-game name and what pack you want. First giveaway of the day, we gave away 10 standard packs and an ultimate pack during the NA stream just about 5 or so hours ago. It was pretty intense, the amount of people that got free stuff. But Daphne, you are the winner. Daphne. Alright, Daphne, send Bandit P17 a whisper with the pack that you want. And your in-game name. But both teams readied up already. I wanted to go back and watch that one again, but I guess we're going to just get right back into this. Any big changes on the deck?
I don't think we had any changes. Let me take a closer look, and no. I don't think we had any changes at all.
Well, let's get right back into it. Let's keep moving. But bottom line, I think this was a procedural issue on Coma. Some bad initial peaks. Now that they know what EK is going to do, I think they're going to set up for it this time, and we'll have to see whether or not they can counter this. But let's get in and launch it.
Yeah, you have to think that was either a movement, execution issue, or something. It just felt disjointed by Coma there. Really, like you said, stringing out one at a time into a brawl deck. When I felt like they had the better positioning from up on stage. Yeah, as opposed to fighting at Theta.
I'm just kind of watching the replay right now with one eye as we go, but just that firing line for EK, every single weapon to bear, just in an intense amount of ballistics flying back and forth there. But I really do think EK just had a really good line, and Coma just fed right into it. So we'll have to see what they do differently this time to
and it looks like they do have a crash. Let me announce this in the teams. Okay, guys, we're going to redrop this match. If you guys could have all your players disconnect.
Online.
Please disconnect.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
All right, so after a crash, what's going to happen here? All players will disconnect from the lobby. As soon as we see that everybody has disconnected, MD and myself will disconnect, and it should destroy the lobby. I don't think anyone's going to see any huge surprises here with how fast everybody got readied up. I don't think anybody's expecting any deck changes, which is fine. But let's get these guys disconnected here.
Guys, please disconnect from the match.
Drago Bernhard needs to disconnect.
Coma, have your pilot disconnect. Okay,
somebody's not getting the message.
Artillery strike online.
And then Anchovy, I guess, is the other one.
Yeah, he's the one that crashed.
There he goes. He probably thought that he had to like cap to end the match, but there we go. Everybody is out, so we're gonna disconnect and reform the lobby.
Guys, do not reconnect.
Why are they reconnecting?
We will disconnect and reform the lobby. Have
There we go. They're out. Okay, jumping out. Okay, we're gonna restart that one and get right back into it as quickly as possible. Bear with us, folks. I guess it's an opportunity to take a quick look at that replay then, huh?
sneak it in there.
Sneak it in there, definitely. All right. Pop. Pop. Okay, so I'll accept your invite to the lobby. There we go. All right, so yeah, right off the bat, they got kind of this. Now that Marauder clearly did not get the message there, as all those ballistics go whipping by. These three guys saw what would happen and got the hell out of there. But that Marauder walking right up and face tanking, that was a little bit of a miscue on his part. I think he was like, for some reason, looking out to the right side and just didn't see everything whipping past his cockpit. Everybody else got the message though and bailed out. So quick movement up to stage 4 coma. Let me get the music going in the background here. But so they pop up the stage. Now they had those light mechs. I'm gonna try and watch to see where those guys go. They're being kind of tracked by the light mechs for coma. But then here we got this nice firing line. They got some guys shooting over their heads in the backfield. So this is just a hell of a lot of death going through this very narrow channel here. Looks like the Kodiak moved up to the left side. Got a little bit of a nasty trade 1v1 there, but this Kodiak G7 stepping up into the firing line of Eben Keshik, and they were able to finish the job. A light comes in and jumps death from above on that Kodiak's head, which is a little ironic, by the way, and jumps right over him, and the Kodiak falls. But really, Eben Keshik coming out ahead right off the bat on the damage. Just fantastic focus fire. And as things got a little bit more spread out, the 4SP and the Jenners over here able to jump in on the backfield and just maul down a couple of those mechs. This one was over incredibly quickly. So Eben Keshik had the streak bow, right?
They did. Although, to be honest, I think the streak bow got caught out a little bit and didn't really contribute maybe as much as he could have.
Got in there right at the end, though, with that flamer and helped clean up. But really, I think the ballistics won the day on that one for sure. Damages on both sides were pretty solid. Obviously, Coma coming in a little bit under, but still, before going down, even that Orion pulling 343, anything over 300 damage in an 8v8 is respectable. And so a few of them were able to get to that mark. But that initial Hunchback 2C held to 33 damage. That's pretty big. See if I can figure out when that Hunchback went down.
Sounds like we're having a little bit of difficulties getting everyone in the lobby, so I'm gonna make a new one.
Okay. Is it mech locking issues?
Actually, they're not. They're having a hard time accepting the invite. Which is not something I've heard before, so I'm just gonna make a new lobby, and we'll try again. Maybe that was a unsuitable, not an AP lobby apparently.
Where did that first mech go down?
Sounds like it's saying selected mech is in a game. I wonder if someone reconnected there at the end.
Well, I have no games to rejoin, so...
Interesting. A little bit of technical difficulties here.
Bear with us, folks. We'll get through this.
Sounds like we're still having a little bit of difficulties here.
All right, we are going to pop back to the bracket here, and we're going to see if we can get this figured out. But bear with us, guys. We will get right back into this. Apparently, fast brawls cause things to explode, so go figure. But we'll be back shortly. All right, while we wait, we're going to do another giveaway here. Let's load this up. Already gave one away. This is going to be the second of the day. Thanks for bearing with us, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Dubba, you are the winner. Standard mech pack. Sir Dubba. Send Bandit B17 a message with the standard $20 mech pack that you would like, as well as your in-game name. So, just having some issues, I guess, with the Oceanic servers where it's locking mechs, basically, and after that disconnect. So we're kind of waiting for that lobby to clear out so we can get right back into it again. So bear with us. Hopefully we'll be able to get this one out quick. But Evan Keshik coming in and putting out a very impressive brawl right off the bat. Both teams went brawly. Heavy ballistics, Coma even coming in with the SRMs. I don't think, besides the Jenners, I don't think Evan Keshik had any SRM mechs, did they? Except for the streaks.
Yeah, they had the streaks, and that was it.
What was their
A lot of
other
ballistics.
medium?
Stormcrow and a Hunchback, I think.
Okay, what was the Hunchback ballistics?
I think so.
I'm gonna go
I'd
back
have
and
to,
look.
yeah, go back and look. I'm not exactly sure.
So Coma had the two Hunchback 2CBs. We got the Stormcrow. And a Hunchback 4SP. That was it. The tanky 4SP in there with the missiles. So they did have some SRMs on them as well. But that 4SP has quite a bit of structure in there, and it can definitely last for a while. So, Brawl versus Brawl, but really Evan Keshik able to set themselves up. That initial amazing trade, and then sitting up near Theta, and Coma just kind of filtered themselves in. But so Evan Keshik coming in, they're the 5th seed. Coma is the 3rd seed, taking the first match, and both teams opting to keep the exact same sides. So Coma's got a good look at what Evan Keshik's able to do, and they are going to try and counter that now. And we'll have to see whether that works or not once these guys are able to get back into the lobby. But definitely an impressive firefight. Hopefully that lobby will be clearing out pretty soon here.
Sounds like we're clearing up now.
Awesome. So we should hopefully be getting in a relatively quick. Good crowd out there for these crazy oceanic hours, though.
I don't think it's crazy for them.
No.
Maybe a little crazy for us.
It is encouraging to see all these oceanic players coming out and supporting these teams. Absolutely. But all right, looks like they're finally able to get in the lobby, so we should be going relatively quickly here.
There we go. Both teams now in lobby.
All right, so still probably no deck changes. They had a little bit of time to think about it anyways. But I'm saying pretty much the same mechs across the board. So let's go. Let's do it. Press the button.
I don't see everyone ready.
Oh. Tears Dawn. So no surprise on the decks here. Don't really need to keep it too secret, but there we go.
Here we go.
Get off Karita border, please.
That was a pretty nice all caps message. He said, please.
Yep. All right, in we go. Let me get that music going again.
So after a long delay there, sorry for that, drop 2.
All right. Looks like everything's the same. So this initial alpha to alpha trade, is Coma even gonna bother? I'm excited to see what Coma does to counter this. All the mechs powering up now. Hopefully no disconnects this time.
Gosh, don't say that.
So Evan Keshik, right off the bat, they had a light in Alpha Lance. This is very interesting right here. Only 3 mechs on the initial charge. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this, but they're getting traded into right now by Coma pretty aggressively. Those lights heading towards Epsilon, so they're actually down a mech right off the bat in terms of potential firepower, but Coma is not really stepping up and taking advantage of this. They're playing very
they're
cagey.
sitting back very passively. Like they want them to just push into them, and that's...
They know those lights are
basically
coming
what's
around the
about to happen.
Epsilon side, but it looks like Coma's actually going to charge in because those lights are out of position. That's pretty big. It's going to be an
That
8v6
is
fight.
huge.
Mechor, the first target in that Kodiak, gets completely mauled down. Next target is 121 gigawatts. He goes down as well. This is going to be pretty big. Coma coming in aggressively. The lights still haven't even joined the fight. That Hunchback 4SP is the next to go down. 3 quick kills for Coma. And they are off to a very good start right off the bat. Somebody's dropping a strike right in the middle of that scrum. That's pretty intense. But 2 kills right back onto Coma. Looks like the DPS is slowed down a little bit.
And now
Evan
it's
Ketchum
3
is
to
starting
3.
bring it
Somehow
back.
Evan Ketchuk is coming back with this. 4 to 3.
Wow. 4 mechs remaining for Coma. The light and a couple of these bigger mechs here. But you can see these SRMs going back and forth. It is 4 all at this point that Orion is about to go down. And the light is glued to that streak boat. 2 very, very hurt mechs on the Evan Keshik side, but Coma can't seem to seal the deal. In terms of percentages, though, I think that Coma could possibly come back from this.
Yeah,
17%,
shots on.
16% on that Stormcrow. He finally goes down. He was tanking like crazy.
And now only 3 to 2 right here. Coma's
starting
still
to
coming
pull it back again. They've got the 2 Gen 2Cs, still very dangerous, but Coma has some armor left. The Hunchbacks, let's see how hurt they are. This one
One of the Jenner 2Cs goes down.
1 mech remaining for Evan Keshik, and that was a hell of a roller coaster right there.
Wow.
He gets
They
legged, and
yeah.
this is going to go down quick. So 8 to 5 in favor of Coma, and we're at a 1-1 series. We're going to be heading into drop 3. Wow, what a fight. These fast brawls, man, definitely very, very brutal.
Yeah.
But so
Dropping strikes in the middle of them to add to that, add to the intensity.
I wonder whose strike that was. That's
I think
crazy.
there were a couple.
But massive spread of UAVs over the fight. Looks like Evan Keshik's UAVs kind of drowned out the sun there. But Coma with a very aggressive push. Evan Keshik's lights kind of dropped the ball there in the beginning. They came to the fight very, very late. We had mechs dying before that one even got started. Now they did end up pulling the kind of the most damage in the game, but can you imagine if those lights were in there when the initial Coma push occurred? I think that that was a pretty big situation. The Coma, you know, focus fire was on point, absolutely on point. But I think the timing of that was perfect, and then also that initial push from Evan Keshik only bringing the 3 Alpha Lance assaults just seemed like a very curious change-up. I don't know if that was intentional. Maybe it was an accident. But it's really hard to say. I don't know why they would do that. Now, Coma did not really take advantage of the fact that there was only 3 mechs in Alpha Lance. They still played pretty tight to their cover, didn't get up in power position very aggressively or anything like that. They could have done a lot more damage to Eben Keshik right off the bat. Ultimately, it didn't matter, but those lights taking that really, really wide curve around the outside, I can just show you on the map here real quick. Alpha Lance with those 3 mechs essentially coming in like this, curving in, and then they had the lights go around to Epsilon and back around, and you can see how long that takes. Even with a light mech, it takes time. And Coma starting in Alpha, playing up KG, waiting for Bravo to arrive, and then ultimately coming around and the scrum happening right outside of Theta yet again. But not having those lights right off the bat, I mean, they obviously wanted him in there backstabbing, and it just, the timing was off. Mechs were dead all by the time those lights even got into the fight, and that could have made a huge difference. Let's do it.
Now we need to
yeah, we need to roll
roll for sides.
All right,
drop 3
so
Canyon Network.
Do Coma and Eben Keshik. All right, we're gonna roll. Who is team 1?
The anticipation's killing me.
And team 1 will be Coma on Canyon Network. So both of these teams very familiar with this map, but they will be in there. And then while we're waiting, we're gonna go ahead and do another mech pack giveaway. So let's get that started.
It must be early. I almost sent a lobby invite to player named Coma. I don't think that would work. It'd be convenient, but I don't think that would work.
Third mech pack of the day. Standard $20 mech pack. The winner needs to send Vanderpy17 a whisper with what mech pack you want and your in-game name. We'll get you guys hooked up. And the winner is Roanitrox. Roanitrox. Okay. Saw NetEye in there. He obviously did some work on our MWOWC map strat. So props to him, of course, in the 31st Hussars for helping us out with that. But, let's go to the replay. See if we can catch some of this brutal, brutal action here. Alright, right off the bat, alpha to alpha trades. So only the 3 assaults there, but Coma kind of still playing it relatively passively.
Yeah.
Not really focusing on putting a lot downfield. That Orion only with, the, I think, 2 UAC 10s, so a little bit more on the SRM side for him. But they got the light coming around the outside. They already got the light back here, too, so both lights coming around Epsilon corner. And then the call was made. Coma waiting for their hunchbacks and stuff to get up behind them. Here's the lights joining the fight. And a beautiful, beautiful 8-man push right around the side, jumping on that initial Kodiak. They actually led with their lights, too, so they got them panicking a little bit right off the bat. Leading with the lights is a ballsy maneuver, but it works so well because it starts getting them, you know, freaking out a little bit about it. Yeah, and it was there was a frontal light attack too. They didn't even come in on the backfield. The lights came over before any of the other mechs did, and you know, led the charge. They didn't take any hits because everybody, of course, started going on the assaults. But it gets into your head a little bit when you lead with lights, and if you don't take those lights out in that initial volley, they're just going to be free to move about your group. But you know, Coma down right here, but the percentages on Eben Keshik starting to drop down. That Stormcrow lasting forever, but he had to have been relatively weaponless by the end of that. I don't know if they were just not registering very well on the SRMs or what, but that Stormcrow just doing everything in his power to stay up and kept tossing shots downfield. But you can see 2 of those mechs for Evan Keshik very, very hurt, and it wasn't going to take much to kill him. I can't believe that Stormcrow's still alive, but there he finally drops. But those Hunchback 2CBs, tanky little beasts, still had both of their shoulders apiece, so they had a lot of fight left in them at the end of that. And so Evan Keshik slowly lost those 2 lights. It would have been a tall order for them to be able to put out enough DPS to take those 2 Hunchbacks down in a timely manner. But well played, Coma, bringing it to a 1-1 series, and we're going to be heading into Canyon Network for Drop 3.
I'm curious to see what they do on Canyon. A little less suited to a brawl at times with all the hills and canyons to work through. But just getting a sneak peek in here, I don't know if that's going to stop them.
Is that a hint?
It's a hint.
Well, we're waiting for both teams to ready up so we can get in and take a look at the decks.
And here we go. First match of the evening. Drop 3. Elimination round. Win or go home.
That is pretty epic. Both teams definitely playing their hardest, trying to stay alive in this one so they can move on. The winner, as we can see in the bracket here, will be going up to play ISRC in the elimination bracket. Winner of that crawling up to fight. We'll be doing match 5 then to see Squad Foxtrot versus 228, who's going to move down to fight the winner of match 6 as we get ever closer to the match 8 and ultimately crowning a winner for Oceanic. But both teams are readied up. Let's take a look at the decks. On the Coma side, Kodiak 3, Black Widow, Grasshopper 5P. That screams a little bit more map control, maybe slowing down the fight a little bit. But taking a look at the Evan Keshik side, Spirit Bear. We got ourselves a Spirit Bear Kodiak. They do have a Kodiak 3 as well. Dual Timbers, missile variant of Jenner 2Cs, Hunchback 2CB, missile variant, and probably that Street Crow back in there. Let's take a look.
Here we go. All the marbles. It's all on the line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see some SRMs coming out of those Timbers. They probably opted for those over, say, like the Black Widows, because of the jump jet capabilities of those SRMs. With these canyons, having the mobility is pretty important. So, small pulse SRMs, I'm willing to bet.
That would certainly be my guess, and it looks like with the Spirit Bear, you're probably not running Peeps and Goss on those Timberwolves.
4 SRM, 6 Artemis coming out of the Hunchback 2CB. We do have 5 Streaks and a Flamer coming out of the Stormcrow. But here's the Timberwolf. 4 SRM, 6 LB20. And then 2 Ultra 10s ER small out of the other one. So very different Timber builds, but still very brawly. UX coming out of the Kodiak 3, and then LB20X and SRMs coming out of the Spirit Bear. So Evan Keshik running some brawl here, and a little bit of a confusion as to which direction they want to go. They're kind of meandering a little bit, trying to decide, looking at each other, conversing, but ultimately staying down. Well, that's going on. Coma.
And we actually had a couple disconnects here.
Oh.
Okay, guys, I'm going to need to do the same procedure. If you can go ahead and quit the lobby.
Damn. Damn. Hopefully we don't have the same issue.
Like, completely spaced out like this.
Alright, everybody is disconnected.
Let's see if we can do this.
Cross your fingers to the server gods that we're able to get right back into the lobby. Rough start for Oceanic. I know they've had some issues in the past with stability and stuff. It's just the nature of the beast. And everybody's spread out on a bunch of islands.
Unfortunately, it sounds like the mechs are locked again. Bum, bum, bum.
Great. Not Tourmaline. Canyon. All right, well, we're gonna head back to the bracket again. We're gonna see if we can take care of this. Bear with us. Might come back and do another giveaway. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right. Well, once again, our fail equals your gain. So, another giveaway. Another standard pack on the line.
Green up.
Who's going to be the winner? Helmeshek 777, you are the winner. So PELMESHEK 777. Send Bandit B17 a whisper with the mech pack that you would like, as well as your in-game name, and we'll get you taken care of. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. I have a feeling that we are going to start playing on the North American servers, which it seems like all the teams are okay with doing, but for some reason the Oceanic servers are just locking mechs when they shouldn't be. So I think everybody's going to agree to switch it up so we don't have this issue at all. Hopefully we can get through this one relatively quickly here. The fights are fast. It's just the delays that suck. But we'll see how it goes as we move forward. Just waiting for that lobby to clear out. There's really nothing we can do about it at the moment, but we will see if we can get you guys taken care of. So heading back to the bracket, and we'll pop back in as soon as this one is taken care of. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll be back shortly. All right, we're back finally. Just notifying chat that we're gonna see him in 5 minutes. Both teams in lobby getting readied up. Doesn't look like there's any deck changes or anything like that. Let's go. Oh, we're gonna get through this, guys, together. Good lord.
One day.
Drop 3, 1-1 on the series. After some pretty intense brawling, but we're back on Canyon Network for Drop 3. Looks like we're going to have ourselves a little bit of brawl versus poke. Both teams obviously having a very solid look at each other's decks at this point. So we'll see
There
how they
shouldn't be
prepare.
many surprises here.
Not at all. We do have a Lance change, however, on this one. Brawl Mech's heading over to Epsilon Corner now. So they've, I guess, compensated for being seen by switching lances, but Coma obviously have seen that change and can react to it. So, let's see if we can get a little bit of this fire right back into this cast. Evan Keshik heading up, looks like, to the Epsilon Corner. Doesn't look like they're going high ground at all, so they're heading hard towards the corner. Coma on the other side setting up in that D5 region. They're going to have to set up to receive potentially a brawl push coming in on that right side. Both lights heading over to Theta side. They might run smack dab into that Hunchback and Jenner 2C. ER medium lasers coming out of that Hunchback, but Evan Keshik, I'm not sure if they're just waiting for their timbers or what, but they've got that lead Kodiak kind of trading solo. He's leading the charge instead of the Spirit Bear and getting pounded for it, but that Spirit Bear cruises right past him with the mask, and it looks like they've switched their primary target to that Spirit Bear. They still got those Timberwolves in
These
tow.
Kodiaks are going to get run up for a Coma. They don't get out of there quickly.
Doesn't look like they are going to be getting anywhere, so the brawl is getting in there, but they have taken down one of the Kodiaks
Here's the Spirit
for
Bear coming
Evan
around the
Keshik.
corner.
Spirit Bear getting in there and running right through the main lines, trying to get into the backfield. He's got a light mech right behind him, but he's going chest to chest with Hunchback 2C, dropping those LBs and SRMs, but Spirit Bear goes down to a self-destruct. He does take out that Hunchback before he drops, but 2 dead for Evan Keshik right now. The Street Crow does take down Jenner 2C in the backfield, and it's 3 dead on both sides.
3 all right now.
Then Jenner Miroki right in on the backside of that Timberwolf, but the Black Widow getting pounded by 2 of those Brawl Mechs. The Timberwolf is right chest to chest with the Black Widow, and a bad overheat by Voxera. He's going to get taken out by the Black Widow. 2 left for Evan
I think
Keshik.
Coma's going to win this one.
Just looking at the percentages, it looks like that might be the case. 121 gigawatts is down. Last one remaining is like a boss with the Jenner 2C. But that's a lot of armor to peg through, and Coma takes it in drop 3, setting up to receive with the Gauss PP or Gauss AC10. Wow, that's interesting. Quad ballistics, AC10s and Gauss. That's a unique build. But either way, setting up to receive that brawl, and that's exactly what we saw there. So Evan Keshik coming in strong into drop 1, but Coma found their footing and was able to hold off on that charge. Drago Bernhard leading it, 743 damage and 3 kills with that Kodiak 3. That he stayed alive to the very end. And looking at the damages here, holy cow, what a one-sided spread in favor of that Kodiak.
Yeah, really.
I don't know how the hell he was able to put his team on his back like this. He must have just been ignored the entire match, but it was able to, the fact that he was able to work down pretty much the entire team for Evan Keshik and only pull 743 damage, with everybody else's damage being relatively low, except for the other Kodiak and the Black Widow is decent at about 400 apiece. He must have been coring stuff out, or there must have been some backstabs going on or something, because that the damage just across the board total seems incredibly low. So Coma is going to move on. Evan Keshik has been eliminated from the top 5 from the regional finals. So, well played. Well played, Evan Keshik. You guys were fantastic. Definitely solid sportsmen. The sportsmanship coming out of the entire Oceanic region has been fantastic. But thank you guys for playing, and congratulations for making it into the top 5. You guys did amazing. It's been a pleasure following you guys. Now, IRC is going to be playing Coma, since Coma is advancing, and we're going to be seeing that match coming up next. Stay tuned, I guess. We're going to be doing another mech pack giveaway here in a little bit. We can do that right now, and then we'll be watching the replay on that one. Here we go. I saw Paul in the list. Oh, I see me in the list.
I see how it is.
Sleeper Service. You are the winner. Send Bandit B17 a Whisper with the standard mech pack that you want, as well as your in-game name. Congratulations, Sleeper Service. All right. Let's go back and watch the replay of that one. Finally got into it. Alright, so right off the bat, the lights for Evan Keshik. Traversing from Theta, trying to get in the backfield of that Hunchback. I don't like this initial trade. Single Kodiak going up the choke point.
Yep.
And kind of stopping on the ramp a little bit. Getting pounded down. 87% right off the bat. 86%. Spirit Bear gets in there and takes charge, though, but the Timberwolves seems like they were really late to the party. Not sure. It was really just everybody kind of single file line going up that choke point. It would have been nice to see somebody maybe coming around Epsilon corner. Not sure, but Wolfspine in the Kodiak 3 getting shredded down. That was partially at fault because of that initial teardown as he walked up the ramp. Spirit Bear cruising in on the backfield, and I believe he gets a kill here, but overheats and self-destructs. He pops down right there. He got the kill. Was that a strike kill? Either that or ammo explosion? Not sure. It couldn't have been ammo explosion, but either way, it was a very oddly timed kill. But he drops as well. So both Kodaks down for Evan Keshik. That Black Widow getting surrounded here, but a horrible overheat by the Stormcrow there. He goes down, self-destructs, and then another overheat by the Timberwolf. These overheats were just costing Evan Keshik the match. And that Black Widow getting a free kill, but the other Kodiak down in Death Valley working on the team leader, 121 gigawatts. Is it giga or gigawatts? Gigawatts? I think it's gigawatts.
I like gigawatts, but it's probably giga.
But that was the Gauss UAC 10. Do we got another meta coming out of that? Gauss UAC 10 pulling almost 800 damage.
Interesting build.
Fantastic play by Coma. Able to advance. GG.